Regulatory affairs is a field that deals with pharmaceuticals, medical devices, food, and cosmetics by ensuring that these products meet all the laws and regulations required for approval and marketing in a specific country or a region. In simple terms, it's a bridge between pharma industry and regulatory authority because they ensure quality, safety, efficacy by complying with regulations. So now let's see what are the responsibilities of these professionals. So they prepare and submit applications, they communicate with health authorities, they always keep up with changing laws, and they also handle product life cycle. So yeah, going back to prepare and submit applications. So for example, if a ABC company wants to market the product in USA, these professionals will collect and submit the data in the form of NDA application to US FDA. So once the submission has been made, if a regulatory authority have any questions regarding to that application, they will send health authority questions. If they have any questions, it's called like health authority question. So once they send the health authority question, it's responsibility of a regulatory professional to submit the response. Yeah. And next, keeping up with changing laws. Sometimes health authority will change rules and laws. As a regulatory professionals, it's their responsibility to keep track of it. Last one, handling product life cycle. So once the product is approved, if there is any change in dosage form, so they will submit a application called variation. This variation will be discussed in the next presentations. And also, if the product is already approved and if they want to renew the product, this department will be handling, that is product life cycle department. Yeah, this is end of it. Okay, now let's see what is regulatory submission. So as I mentioned before in the last slide, they will prepare and submit the documents to health authority and what they do use. So in the last slide I have given an example of USA. In the same way here, if the application is submitted to USA, they will use electronic submission gateway, that is ESG for US. For India it's Sugam. For Canada it's common electronic submission gateway. So every country will have a gateway through which application or a submission to be made, and that's what this regulatory submissions department do. Yeah, now let's see what is regulatory CMC, and this is a very core department in regulatory affairs. What they do is they will give an explanation saying how the drug is made, tested, and stored according to the standard requirements of regulatory authority. And they also write CMC sections for submission and also respond to health authority questions. Regulatory labeling. So this department will create, review, and maintain the product label according to the country, because every country has a different set of rules, especially for labeling, because each and every country has its own language. For example, Canada has two languages like English and French, they speak equally. So when it comes to Canada, the product labeling should be in both in English and as well as in French. So in the same way, every country will have their own set of requirements, and the regulatory professional is responsibility to ensure they comply with the regulatory authorities requirements. Okay, now let's see what is regulatory intelligence. So regulatory intelligence, it's nothing but they will keep track of all the rules and regulations of different countries. So if there is any change in laws or regulations, they will keep track of it. And this is very important department. Yeah. Okay, now let's see what is regulatory information management system, that is RIMS. So RIMS is responsible for entering the data into the system. So it can be any kind of data. It can be a submission date or an approval date, or it can be regarding any type of application like NDA, MA, or variation or anything. Um, it will make sure, like these RIMS professionals will make sure they archive the data or archive any kind of documents and make the system audit ready. Okay, now let's see what is lifecycle management. This department comes into the picture only when the product is been approved. So once the product is approved, if the manufacturer or a ABC company wants to change the dosage form, for example, if the product is approved as tablet, but the manufacturer wants to change it like a syrup, from tablet to syrup, so there is a change in the dosage form. So in that case, they don't have to go for NDA, IND again. They don't have to submit these applications. They just need to go for variations because they have changed. That is called a variation. So they need to submit a variation application. So renewal. So once the product is approved, the license will be valid for 2 to 3 years. So in that gap again, this department will file a renewal to make sure the product has a license to market. Yeah, that's it. These are all the regulatory departments in pharma industry. Not only in pharma, like in medical devices and also in food and cosmetics. Yeah, thank you.